This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, what's next is we've got Mike Rotundo being involved in a $10,000, and this is kind of fun. It's announced Kevin Sullivan is going to make the announcement that Mike Rotundo will only defend the title in the first 10 minutes of his matches, meaning you can only be the TV champ if you beat me in the first 10 minutes. And Spivey even suggests that Mike Rotundo put up $10,000 of his own money as like a bounty. Hey, if you beat me in 10 minutes, not only do you get the television championship, you get 10 grand. And somewhere around here, Kevin Sullivan starts to refer to Mike Rotundo as the captain of the varsity club. And we also hear about a new character, Chip Berman, and he's introduced as the varsity club's personal accountant. What in the world can you tell us about Chip Berman?
Well, first of all, his name was Chip Burnham, Burnham. He was the in-house accountant for WCW, and then he became a market rep. So he was a name that was real. He did handle money, and he was an employee of Turner Broadcasting, who was stationed in our floor in the WCW office. So he interesting guy. He passed away way prematurely. He might have had cancer. I'm not sure. God bless him. But I think he was one of those guys that tried to keep up a flair a time or two.
Right.
And Jim Hurd's famous saying did not apply to Chip. Takes a lot of goddamn fuel to run this engine, Mr. Hurd. And Chip tried to load his wagon up with fuel, but nobody's going to outdrink Nage, maybe Andre. So, but Chip was a nice guy. I never had a cross word with the guy. He's always very accommodating, very professional, and I was very sad when he passed.
Let's talk about Sting. Sting's going to pin Mike Rotundo to win the TV title and the $10,000 at the first ever Center Stage taping. Is Mike the perfect heel to help launch Sting? I mean, this is a coming out party for Sting, if you will. His first title in the promotion like this, and it's at the first TV taping at Center Stage. It's a pretty big day for Sting.
You're right, Podfather. Oh, Podfather. You're right. Sting would be taken care of by Rotunda. And Rotunda had no ego to compromise, so to speak, his game to enhance Sting's lack of experience and his unlimited potential. Can you believe, Conrad? I still have to wait a minute. What now? When you think about Sting wrestling or being a part of AEW here in 2021, and we're talking about, 1989 here, or I think it was 89, right? So it's just funny how things evolve and unsort. How they're unpacked. I love that. I watched a lot of your work this week.
Really?
Mm-hmm. On the Vice.
Oh wow, I appreciate that.
I kept forgetting when it was on. No disrespect to you, but it's that the Dark Side of the Ring is the only thing I watch on Vice. There may be other great programming there that I haven't discovered, and if so, I'll investigate. But those shows you guys do were good. Adding the Zoom things with like a guy like Kyoto or Savio Vega, things of that nature. The Bruiser Brody stuff it's still frustrating to watch because he got away with murder. He really did get away with murder.
Yeah.
And then the cover up of the Puerto Rican locals. You talk about a racial angle. That was a racial angle because they're not going to turn their back. The Puerto Rican police are not going to turn their back on a Puerto Rican babyface who's defending himself against a much bigger, angry American. It's just sad. So anyway, I don't know how I got there, but nonetheless, I liked that booking. We had a major investment and a bright future plan for Sting. You got to protect him. And Mike Rotundo was the right guy at the right place, the right time to do just that.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.